Hello everybody and welcome to the Eclectic Knitter podcast. I know it's been an age. I think my glasses are dirty. Let me janky clean them while I talk to you. My name is Raylene. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry if you are able to use it as Kamana Knits. If you are not able to use Ravelry right now, I'm really sorry. It's I would hate to not be able to go to a site that I've been using for years and have made friends on because of a design change that you have no control over. I really feel for your situation. Hopefully they address it better than they have. But the show notes for this aren't on Ravelry. They are just in the comment section or in the description box below. So that's, I'm going to stop checking my phone even if it turns on. So I had almost decided not to record at all anymore. It's been like 8 months. The last time I recorded was October. And it's hard to record over the winter because I work full-time, of course, Monday through Friday. In September, or from August to November last year, I also worked most Saturdays, so I was working 6 days a week. The program that I'm using to record keeps giving me a message that your computer can't do this. Please close things that are causing issues. There's nothing running. Alright, let's exit Steam. Let's see if that helps. Let's exit this stupid thing. Let's see if that helps. Alright, well, I mean, it's still recording as far as I can tell. Anyway. And then during the winter, it's only light from like 9 in the morning till like 4 o'clock at night, and I was only getting home at 5-ish, 4:30 or 5. And on the weekends, I only have like kind of the afternoon, and most of the times by the time I thought about recording, it was too late. By the time I felt like recording, it was way too late. And it just hasn't happened. I've been really tired because work demands a lot out of me. It's very fast-paced. There's a lot going on. My job is very detail-oriented. I need to pay attention to patterns, and I'm listening to everything that's going on while still having to maintain a very high-quality level of work. I got a raise earlier this year, and I got a promotion the other day, but no more raise, just a promotion, which is fine. It's fine. I'm actually really happy about the promotion, so that's a thing. Otherwise, I am still on the same medication. It is still working well. I notice a significant difference in how I am at work specifically between when I am taking it regularly and when I kind of fall off the wagon. So I have finished a lot of things in the last 8 months. I obviously am not going to talk about everything. I'm not even going to talk about most of it. A lot of it I don't have. A lot of it I don't remember. Some of it was presents that have gone to their people. Some of it is tucked in a basket somewhere, and I don't know where it is or don't feel like trying to dig them out, because let's be honest, it's mostly socks. So yeah, I have pulled out a couple of finished objects that I do want to show. Most of them were finished in the last month or two. One is a little bit older. None of them are blocked. The skeins of yarn, the spinning that I've done, those are all washed and finished. The actual knitted objects that I finished have not been blocked. So they're not done, but they're done. And that's good enough. So, it's hot out. It's like plus 32 Celsius. It has been this way all weekend. It is Monday, June 29th. It is 7:32 in the evening. You may be able to hear the air conditioner. I have a window air conditioner in that room in the window. I'm not turning it off because it's plus 32 Celsius outside still at 7:30 in the evening. My work has decided to close. They were closed Saturday, and then they're closed today, tomorrow, and then Wednesday is Canada Day. So everyone had like a 5-day weekend, which is the first time they've ever done that. And it's incredible because everybody's been working really hard. We were open the entire time through COVID because we're an HVAC company. We also provide lawn care, snow removal, all of which were deemed essential services when Winnipeg went into a state of emergency in April, I believe. They are opening up. Phase 3 open up has started. Traffic's awful again. I almost miss COVID traffic. I work in a very small office. There's a maximum of 10 people in the office at a time. We have always sanitized desks after we're done because we all kind of use each other's desks, like nobody has a set desk. So sanitizing and washing hands and cleaning the doorknobs and all of that stuff is very important. We did have a couple people. One is immunocompromised because she's had chemo a couple times in the last few years, so she hasn't been at work much. 2 other people decided to not come to work. One is very sick, and he came in for almost till the end of April before we convinced him to go home. The other one, I don't know if nobody's come back yet. Nobody's come back. I don't know if they are. One person had to leave because school was canceled and her son's daycare was closed. She's a single mom, so she had 2, kids under 6 to look after and nobody to help with childcare. Another one has a husband who just went through surgery and has a young kid, like a 2-year-old. So they're, just various reasons. We were running on a very, very limited staffing for a while. There was like myself and 2 people every morning until like 12, which worked fine because we were quiet. So anyway, everything's going good. My parents were in Texas at the beginning of when everything started shutting down. They were scheduled to come back like mid-April. They left Texas 2 weeks early and booked it back. When they were in North Dakota, close to Grand Forks, their truck went off the road with their camper into the ditch. And they called CAA because they have always had CAA. CAA sent a small tow truck. They ended up having to send out the big tow truck. My parents spent the night in Grand Forks that night and drove home the next day. Their camper still hasn't been fixed from that. It's being fixed through their insurance, their Autopack, which is good, but it still hasn't been fixed. And we're all very grateful that they made it home safely. Everybody has been fine my brother and sister-in-law have been fine. My brother's been working from home since like March. So family's all been good. Cyrus has been fine. He's sleeping on the floor right now. He's either hot or mad at me. I don't know which one. So he may come up here and bother me at some point. I don't know. But he never sleeps on the floor. I think he's just hot. So, finished objects. I finished a pair of socks. This is the last pair of socks that I finished. These are from Quaere Fiber Arts. This is the Suicide Squad color. They are true Afterthought heel socks. I've started doing a thumb joint heel. It's from Sock Architecture. It has like you knit straight after picking up for a certain amount of time that you measure from your thumb. You should check out the book. And then you do like hat decreases every couple stitches all the way around. And I'm finding that it provides me a better fit on my instep because I do have high arches. So it gives me more room in this area so the stitches don't pull as much. So I finished those. I also finished a pair of sport weight socks. These are from Lollipop Yarns. I don't remember what this color's called. They are also a true Afterthought heel. Again with the thumb joint heel, thumb joint Afterthought heel. I think that's what it's called. It's in the non-gusseted Afterthought heel section of Stock Architecture by Laura Neal, I think. I'm not very good with names. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. So I finished those. Neither of those have been worn yet. Earlier this spring, I finished an Exploration Station by Stephen West. It has not been blocked. So the dark purple section, so these lines in between, that is Madeline Tosh, Tosh Merino Light in Barbara Deserves Better. This purple, the variegated purple here, is from Moonstone Dye Works. I can't remember the colorway. This color here is Vine in the something dragon. I don't know, it's been a while since I knit this. Something dragon something. Dragon jewels, dragon glass, dragon something. And then the green is Madeline Tosh, Tosh Merino Light in the undergrowth color. I'm hoping this will grow quite a bit when blocking, but it is a decent size. I'm happy with it. Something went wonky in my brioche section. This was my first time doing two-colored brioche, so my edge is kind of wonky, but I'm hoping it'll block straight. We'll see. So that's that. The reason why it hasn't been blocked is because I don't have room. I would really like to pin it out with my blocking wires. I don't have blocking mats right now, and so I can't lay it on my bed because then where am I going to sleep? I can't lay it on the couch because the dog's on the couch. The dog has 2/3 of the couch. You can see this sheet. I always have a flat sheet over the other two sections of the couch to try to keep his hair off of it. But he gets 2/3 of the couch and I get 1/3, and I paid for the couch. But anyway. So that was finished a while ago. Last night I finished a painting bricks shawl. I started this in April. This also has not been blocked. I ended up doing the border a little bit shorter than what called for. I should have 4 stripes at the chevron border. But the last color would have been the first color of the repeat, which is this blue, and I didn't think I had enough. And the one color that I found to kind of match it was way too dark. So I just ended it after 3 for the chevrons, and also it's ginormous. So the main color, the gray, is Madeline Tosh Work Sock in the Pavement colorway, because I ripped out a sweater that I had knit from it and decided to use it for this. And then the rest of them are all Mini Skeins. Some of them were a kit, a Mini Skein set, and then I added like 4 colors onto it. I can't remember which ones were which. The ends are not all woven in, and like I said, it's not blocked. But it's finally finished, and it's beautiful, and it'll be nice and big and warm and cozy, hopefully. I do like a big shawl. I find that with small shawls, like shawlettes, 1 skein shawls, because I'm big, they don't fit very well on me. They kind of just lay across my shoulders awkwardly as my charger for my laptop almost falls on the floor. So yeah, I'm hoping these ones will work better. Finished yarn. I have a couple skeins. These are all from April onwards. So this bunch of floofiness is Nest Fiber Superwash Merino in the Superstitious colorway. I got this in a D-stash. It's 600 yards of a 2-ply. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with it. The next thing I spun was more Nest. This is Falkland in the Madame de Pompadour color. It's a 2-ply. It's about, I think it was 540 yards or something, the 2-ply. I've been getting crazy yardage recently. And then I tried to spin thicker. So this is also Nest fiber. This is Polwarth, I think, in the Persides colorway. It's a spring club. This is still 300 yards of a 2-ply. So while I think I was spinning thicker weight, I wasn't by much. And then the last is this. This is from Fellview Fibers. This was hand-pulled roving. It's a navy blue. The yarn is Merino, Stellina, and silk, I believe. And this is 100 grams, so just under 4 ounces. And it is 540 yards of a 2-ply. I hated spinning this. And I have a loop bullseye bump that I started, which is 100, I think it's just 100% Superwash Merino. And I hate that too. So I was half done this and I'd started the loop bullseye bump and I'm like, ugh, Merino, it's awful, it's horrible. Why do I hate it so much? It's not great. Then I spun this, which is Superwash Merino, but this is combed top. This and a bullseye bump are both hand prepped. Like this is hand pulled roving, and I don't know what they do with the bullseye bumps, but it's like super, it's almost like it's been pre-drafted for you and then wound up into their bumpy things. And they're neppy. I had such a hard time getting this even because I kept getting these little bumps that wouldn't go anywhere. So I was really unhappy with that. But I finished it. The loop bullseye bump is still on a bobbin somewhere in a bag. And then this I finished last night. This is about 260 odd yards. This is Spindles and Stitches. Mini Rolags. They were Rolags there. It's woolen spun. Mostly long draw. It's a 2-ply. This is a Glamour Guts color. It's super fine merino, rose fiber, and I think silk or bamboo or something. It's shockingly hot pink. It's not entirely dry yet because it's plus 32 outside, plus humidity. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And then I had a friend go, hey, hot pink's my favorite color. And I showed it to him and he's like, oh, that's awesome. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to knit you a hat out of it. He's like, all right, sounds good. You're the best. So I'm knitting a hat out of it. Now we're on to works in progress. I'll do spinning since I've already been talking about spinning. So I am spinning some, the Persides was Polwarth. I have the bag right here, but it's different fiber inside of it. All the bags. So I have some Into the World Superwash Targi. This is in the Ravenswood colorway. I'm doing a 3-ply. This is the first bobbin. I cross-lace my flyer for pretty much everything on the 14:1 ratio to get as thin as I possibly can. I'm hoping to get a 3-ply fingering weight, so I'm done 1/3. I started the other third, it's on the wheel. I also have a sock that I have started. Ta-da! This is a Nomadic Yarns Brit sock. I have no idea what color it is though. I don't know what the colorway name is. This is not blue. It's a minty tealy blue, or tealy green, minty green. So that's showing up very blue there, but the rest is pretty accurate. It's maybe a little bit more orange, and then there's a taupey. That's the first sock of that. Like I said, I don't know how, I don't know what the colorway name is of that. And then in here, because I have bags everywhere, I have started a blanket. This is by Curiously Handmade. I can't remember what the name of the blanket is called. So I'm this far. I wound up a giant cake of Mini Skeins. This is like, it's supposed to use an advent calendar. And a number of years ago, I got a whole bunch of advent calendars, but I did not keep them separated into their groupings. So I used a Mini Skein set from Sweet Sparrow and built around it. And this is what I came up with. So it starts off with this purple, then it goes into these pinks, then it goes into speckled with pink and teal, and then it goes into a like light teal, then a dark teal, and then like these brownie creams, and then golds, and then yellows, and then speckles. Winding this giant cake was a pain in the tuchus. My ball winder thankfully fit the whole thing. Barely fit the whole thing. But I have a huge ball winder. Cyrus, what are you doing? Get out of there. No, get out of there. Get out of there. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back, back. Back, back. Back, back. Out, out, out. Get. Cyrus. Oh, why are you so much of a pain? No, go lie down. Or go eat your supper. You still haven't eaten supper. No. I may have a dog on me shortly. In which case, I'm sorry. Oh no, he's going to pout on the other end of the couch. Alright. Or he's going to look out the window. Oh, he's glaring at me. Oh, he's looking out the window. Alright, okay. So, he is busy. The third thing that I've been actively working on recently is a test knit that I finished in January. So around Christmas, Jacqueline Cieslak had a test knit call for her waterborne cardigan, Waterbearer cardigan, and I test knit it, and I really like it. Except it's cropped, and I knit the cropped size so that I could finish it and get it blocked and done by the deadline. But I wore it to work one day, and my lower back was cold. So I ripped out the I-cord edging, and I am knitting it longer, which I just started. The yarn is Madelinetosh Farm Twist in the Fallen Clouds color. Has this beautiful brioche collar, which is not that difficult to work once you get into it. It is really well written. So she has you pick, for this one you're supposed to pick a size that's closest to your upper bust. So my upper bust is a 53, and I knit I think a 53.75. And then you do bust darts if you want to. So I did the largest bust darts that offer, and it sits really nice. It's an open front, and it just sits really nice. Like it doesn't, the sides don't fall into my armpits constantly, which is really nice. And then the sleeves are tighter. The sleeves fit me well, but they're not too loose. I didn't have to knit them as long as the pattern called for. And then they have an I-cord bind off. I don't know, the sleeves fit nicely. They're not too loose in here. They're not too loose in here. They're really nice. Hi. So I've undone my I-cord bind off that goes all the way around the whole bloody thing. And I'm knitting it longer so that I will actually wear it, because I only wore it that once, and I was like, this isn't going to work for winter, and then for summer it's too warm, and it just wasn't great. So I have been talking for I don't know how long about a lot of stuff, some of which doesn't even matter. And I have this brat who may need to go outside, but he also hasn't eaten his supper. So, you know, he's kind of being a jerk. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sigh. No? Alright, fair enough. But usually you can't wait to cuddle. Now I'm giving you the opportunity, and you're like, no, I don't want to. Oh, you kind of want to. Hey, you're probably too hot. Yeah, I know. Okay, anyway, I will stop talking to my dog, but I do that a lot. So I have another 2 days off after this. I'm hoping to take him to the off-leash park one of those days, but it's been real hot. And we decided to go for a little walk this morning instead of to the park. And then he went to the bathroom, and then he ate his breakfast, and then he passed out till like 3 o'clock. And we went for like a 2-minute walk. Maybe 5 minutes. We were maybe gone for 5 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer, but it was not long. And he peed, and he pooped, and he smelled all the bunnies. And then, like I said, he ate breakfast, and then he passed out until like 3 p.m. Hi. Oh, okay. What's this for? What? I don't want your toes. I don't want your toes. Sir. Come here. Come here. Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Oh, okay, now, okay. All right. He does this when I get home from work, and he flings himself onto me and forces me to cuddle because he's a big baby. You know, he's a big baby. Hi. And he's spoiled, but that's okay. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Have fun.